Aloha! How to change your ukulele strings. The first thing you want to do is take off the strings that are on there. In general, for ukuleles and many other stringed instruments, if you turn clockwise, you loosen, and if you turn counterclockwise, you tighten. And that's true for both sides. So on this side, for example, if I were to turn it clockwise, it would loosen. If I turn it counterclockwise, it would tighten. Okay, according to the legend, the red string, the one with the red dot here, should go in number 1 position. That'll be string number 1. Down here, that'll be the bottom one. And likewise, when we get to 4, it'll be a white dot there, and I'll put that here on the top one. I'm going to move the ukulele so we can see better. Okay, let's thread that first string. You want to thread it through the bridge hole right here, going from the sound hole side this way, like so. And thread it through there. There's about 3 or 4 inches here. And then comes the trickiest part of the whole thing. What you want to do is this part on this side will actually go underneath this side. Once again, this is going underneath this side. So a little fish shape there. You want to pinch here where the 2 string lines meet. Now here's the tricky part. You're going to take it and you're going to go over it, all the way over everything, and then actually go through the hole from the bottom up, like so. Once again, over, bottom, up. So go over, go through the bottom up, and thread it, pull it through, and immediately do that again. So I'm going to actually thread it not 1 time, but here's my second time, 2. Then when you pull, you'll get the knot that you want. It'll look something like that. Okay, I've started to thread the second string now. I'm not even worrying about the other end yet. I'm just going to go ahead and tie them all first. About 3 inches on this side. Move that one out of the way. Okay, and once again you want to go under there, pinch right there. It's quite important that you pinch here the whole time. So if it's not working, it might be because you're not pinching here. To go all the way up and over, thread it from the bottom to the top. And again, right away from the bottom to the top. Now pull tightly. And now we have a knot there. Some people like to be fancy and actually put this through here. If you want the fancy endings, you can. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't affect anything if you choose to do that or not. Okay, I've threaded the third one. I've got 3 or 4 inches here. I'm going to go over the top. Pinch right here. Make sure you're keeping that pinch there the whole time. Go over and then through. This one might be a little tougher because it's a little thicker. Over and then through. And now I can pull, and I've got a knot there. And that's going to tend to get tighter once we do the other end. Okay, I'm going to quickly do this last one. Once you've done this for a while, it gets a lot faster. There we go. And now we have all 4 tied. Okay, starting with the bottom one, I'm going to thread it through this one here, this first one. You might want to turn this until the hole is facing about right here. Go ahead and put it through that hole. And what I like to tell people is to leave enough slack so that you can put your hand up under it like this, like you're karate chopping. At this point, if you want to, you can go through again, go the same way, just on top of the last one, and go like that and pull it through and kind of have a little tie there, a little knot like that, to make it more secure. But you don't have to. For the rest of them, I'm not actually going to do that, but if you decide to, that's fine, and just start tuning. I have not found a big difference between doing that and not doing that. It actually helps to put your finger right here and put pressure right here. And then go ahead and start turning. Remember, it's going to be counterclockwise to tighten. Make sure you're looking at it from this way to figure that out. So this would be clockwise, so I'm actually going to turn it this way. A little hint, it will always make it so that the string goes around this way, and that's true for all of them. It'll go that way. When you're tightening, it'll go right that way, and for this one it'll go that way. So it's going, right now it's going that way around that one, from the inside to the outside. And I just keep my finger pressing this down, and I'll just keep on turning that. And in general, what you want to do is thread from the top, and as more string goes on it, it goes beneath the previous layer. So I'm just going to keep turning this, and pretty soon I'll get the string. Here it comes now. Here's that string that I started, and it's going to go underneath that one as opposed to on top of it. So you might want to pull it a little bit so it goes up a little bit, and just keep turning and keep on doing that until it tightens up. And you'll want to put it right here. There's a little divot for it right there to fit into, and when it gets to get tighter it'll be easier to put in there. So I'm just going to keep on turning. Alright, I've been turning now, and it's starting to get tight enough that when I pluck the string I'm starting to get a little bit of a sound. And once you get about like that, starting to get sound there, it's tight enough to make sound, make sure it's in this little divot right there, and you can move to the next string. You don't need to tune it up all the way. We'll do that later. So next I'm going to grab the second string. The second string will go to this top one down here. Once again, you might want to turn it so the hole is facing you, and do the same thing. Put it through. Put your hand up under here, roughly karate chop in here. And this is just a close-up of what I'm doing. So I'm keeping the tension on here by putting my finger here. And I just keep on turning. Notice it's going that way, from the inside to the outside like that. That'll be the case for all of them. Here it comes, so I'm going to go beneath it. I might pull it a little bit tighter. I just grabbed it and pulled it here just a little bit so I can make sure I go under the last one. And keep on turning. And as that one comes around, I want to go underneath that line, so you might want to pull this just a little tight. And then push your finger back down and keep on turning. And that'll make it go underneath as opposed to on top of. There we go. So that one's done. Okay, the third string, not the top one, but the third one, it's going to go to this top one up here. Once again, turning it so the hole's facing downward. You can thread it. Okay, about a hand's length there. I know you can't see that. I'm going to karate chop there again. And I'm holding my finger down, and I'm just going to go ahead and start turning it. Now remember, I'm turning it counterclockwise. And once again, it's curling around this way from the inside out. Okay, I've started the fourth one. Going counterclockwise again, like this, around. And if this were a guitar, I'd say watch out for your eyes. These things can be dangerous. But with nylon strings, it's not so bad. Keep turning. Remember, I'm threading, going underneath the last one around, and I'm getting close to being done here. Okay, I'm starting to, almost there. Put it in that little divot. Keep turning. Good enough. If you can get tone like that, you're fine. Okay, we have it all strung now, and it's time to tune up. I'm going to show you how to tune it on another tutorial. As for these, you can trim them pretty close. Just leave a tiny tail so when it tightens, just in case, you need just a little bit of tail there so it doesn't slip out. One thing though before we go, you'll notice that as we tighten it, that the other end will actually a lot of times get tighter, which is good. It'll draw that knot even tighter in, and it'll be even more secure. Okay, see you next time.